Hey everybody, Bree here. I am going to do a tag video that Mara over at My Newtopia VSG Journey made for 15 random facts about me, Bree. There's not going to be any weight loss stuff in this. If you're not interested in learning more personal stuff about me particularly, then you can skip this video. So let's start. Number one, I love making lists. Like, literally. So this was right up my alley. I've been working on it for like a week, trying to make sure I put interesting things. But I will make a list for anything. I'm like the most listy kind of person. If there's anything that needs to get done, I'm categorizing it, making a list, making sub lists on the list, and I get made of by my friends a lot for it because anytime we like want to go on a trip or something together, I'm like, okay, here's the list. Like, here's the list of things I want to do where we're going. Here's the list of things I want to do on the way there. Here's a list of things that we need to do together. Here's my packing list. Here's my sub packing list. Like, I need my makeup bag. What do I need in my makeup bag? I need this stuff. So yeah, love lists. So this was fun. Let's see. Number two. Sorry, I have like my little list written down right here because I got it in my notebook. I've never been engaged or married. But I have been with my boyfriend for over 8 years now. And just because I know everybody's going to ask, no, we don't plan on ever getting married because it's just a piece of paper and we're adults. So that's that. Which leads me into number three. Me and my boyfriend met online on a dating site for geeks. And we bonded over our love of anime and World of Warcraft. And we talked online for about a week and a half. And then we like set a date to like go out to eat on like a real date. And we've been together ever since. Like, we just kind of never stopped. So 8 years later, here we are. I don't have any kids. Myself, I've never wanted children. I don't plan on ever having children because I don't want them, for one. But my boyfriend does have a child from his previous marriage, and I've basically helped raise her. She's 10 years old, and I've known her since she was 2. So, I've spent the last 8 years with her, and she's a great kid. Which leads me into the next one. My boyfriend's daughter's name is Logan. And at the time that we met, I was living with my sister and her family with my nephew named Logan. And they are very close in age. My nephew is like 6 or so months older. But I have 2 Logans. I have a boy Logan and a girl Logan, and that's what they call each other, which I think is hilarious. And they are both named after the comic book character Logan Wolverine. Because hello, geekdom. Let's see. Okay, so when I was a junior in high school, the summer of 1995, I was accepted into the Oklahoma All-Star Marching Band, you guys. I did play the flute, and we got to play at the All-Star football game that was like statewide All-Star football players and lots of people from across the state. And me and my best friend were both in it. And we got to go to a week-long band camp at the local university where we learned our music and our marching. And just so you know, I can't march. I fell down a lot. It was crazy, and I would never do it again. Let's see. How many is that? I don't even know. I guess I'll just keep going. In my spare time, when I feel like it, I like to do crafts. I like to sew things. I also knit, and I like to make my own art or Like I've made a couple of wreaths. I made some yarn art for my best friend and his boyfriend for Christmas last year. Stuff like that. I've made lots of scarves, knitted lots of scarves. The thing is, I'm not very good at any of it, but I can do almost all of it. So that's something. Let's see. As far as the vital Star Wars versus Star Trek goes, Star Wars wins hands down every single time. Thank you very much. I I believe in ghosts. Yes, and aliens. Though, okay, so when it comes to aliens, I'm not sure that there's really like intelligent life like coming and abducting people, though there is some weird stuff out there going on. But I'm thinking more, statistically, like it's almost as statistically impossible that there is not some sort of life form living under a rock, like some algae or some mold or something somewhere. Like, really? Do you really think that we're the only ones? No. I do believe in ghosts because I've had experiences since I was a kid. I'm not saying like I see them all the time now. I'm not like, what's her name? Jennifer Love Hewitt, the Ghost Whisperer. But I've seen things and heard things, and I just believe in them. And I think it's fun to try and learn more about it. Let's see. Next is... I love podcasts. And if you don't know what a podcast is, you should find out because there are some great ones out there. I love podcasts so much, in fact, that I even made my own with my best friend. And it is called Yas Geek, and it is about everything geeky, girly, and gay. So we talk lots of geeky things, lots of feminism type stuff, and lots of things related to the LGBTQ community and how it relates to geekiness and feminism. So it was really fun. There's like 8 episodes, but we've definitely not finished. So you can find that on iTunes. It's YASSGEEK if you're really interested. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm hoping there will be more soon. Next, I am also addicted to British TV. I love anything. I wouldn't call myself like a total Anglophile, but I love British TV and British TV dramas. Obviously Doctor Who. I love Broadchurch. I love, Downton Abbey was like an American show, but that was good too. I love Poirot and Foyle's War. There's so many good British shows, and lately I've been obsessed with The Great British Bake Off, which they call The Great British Baking Show on Netflix for some reason, because Mary Berry is everything. So yeah, I am a TV Anglophile. Like, I love British TV. I collect coffee mugs. I started this recently, and I've got a little bit of a collection going of some really cute ones, but my favorite one is, here, let me show you. Look at my bat wing starting to grow there. This is my favorite. It is the Blueprint of a Dalek, which is a Doctor Who character. Having some coffee because I love it. So yeah, I collect coffee mugs. I like geeky ones, obviously, because I'm a big old geek. So yeah, I try to get them as often as I can. I have not spoken to my biological father in probably 10 years. There's a whole story behind that you guys don't really care about. If you do, message me and I'll probably tell you. So I just wanted to say that because I have that in common with Mara, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like not the only one who doesn't speak to their dad. So there's that. I think there are only 3 more things. That means I've done 12. I've been kind of skipping around my list because obviously I didn't do a good enough job. Me and my boyfriend have this weird thing where just randomly we had been watching some movies with Denzel Washington in them. Sorry, my hair is gray. And we just randomly decided that we needed to watch every movie that Denzel Washington ever had a role in, within reason, like not TV movies or things like that you can't really get. But we decided we have to watch every Denzel Washington movie he's ever made. And let me tell you, it is way harder than you think. Like, way harder. A lot of his movies are not available on any streaming service. And it's ridiculous. We are about a quarter of the way through. And one of our rules is that even if we've seen it individually, like before we met or something, we still have to rewatch it together. So we watch a lot of Denzel Washington movies when we can get our hands on them. That's just like a weird thing that we randomly do. And then I guess the last thing is my job. I feel like I have a kind of interesting job. I mean, going there every day, it's pretty dang boring, but I have seen some really cool things working there. I am a document conversion specialist is my official title. I work for an imaging company that takes old microfilm and microfiche and scans it using these machines and turns it into digital copy. So we get lots of stuff. Like, most of our stuff is boring title company stuff or abstract company stuff where it's just like land deeds or engineering plans. We get a lot. But the coolest ones are always from museums, because sometimes museums will have archives where they still have some of this old film laying around. And the coolest thing, being a feminist myself, that I've ever been able to work on was for a museum. And it was the handwritten letters between Susan B. Anthony and her bestie at the time, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who were both really big, obviously, in the suffrage movement. A lot of people don't know about Elizabeth Cady Stanton, but I actually have known about her for a while, and I actually have like some of her quotes on my Facebook page and stuff. But that was the coolest thing, to just see like the kind of stuff that they would write to each other about, like their kids and their husbands and things going on in their life besides, you know, the obvious suffrage meetings and things like that. But they did write about that a lot too. It was really cool. So that's, wait, I think I have one more. Oh, that's kind of a interesting one. I should have left you with the job one. So not that anybody really cares, but I am bisexual, and I'm very supportive of the LGBTQ community. I have dated several women, and they were all crazy. And I ended up with my boyfriend because, you know, obviously you love who you love, and he is a great match. So that's fun. That's just something random about me that's really not that interesting. Anyway, so that is 15 things. 15 things. Yep, 15 things. So, I'm not going to like tag anybody, but people that I hope to see one of these from is Courtney Losing and maybe Foodie Turned Sleevey. I would love to know more about her. So I hope everybody had a great weekend and is off to a great start of their week. And I will have a real update later on this week because I'm going to delay it a little bit for my doctor's appointment on Wednesday. So have fun, everybody. I love you all. Please like and subscribe and comment and ask me questions. Bye.